Welcome back to another episode of Watch Therapy. Today we have the limited edition Citizen Northern Hemisphere. Let's take a moment to connect. You can see here that dial is the first thing that kind of pops out. I'm outside because I want you to see that blue. Watch this, and it disappears, and it's there. It's like a mirage. There's a lot going on in this dial, but it's amazing, at least to my eye, even with all these indices and things. I just see right past that, and all I see is that blue. I think it's amazing. And in the blue, you're going to see EcoDrive radio controlled. Yes. So this is not a GPS watch. It uses radio tower signals. There's some disadvantage to that. There's only so many towers, I think, in the United States here. There's two, one here in Fort Collins, Colorado, here where I live in Colorado. So I get a signal pretty easily, but I had a radio-controlled watch back in my home state of Maine on the extreme northeastern part of United States, and I couldn't even get a signal. So, it wasn't able to perfectly set the time. You can manually do it, of course, but I think there's just so much to love here. One of the things is, I'll try to zoom in, it is a world time watch, and so you see the map right there. Can you see that little, at about number 14, right? You can see a little arrow. That is the world time it is set at right now. It's 2 p.m., and I think that's down towards like Australia. And sure enough, here you can see in Colorado it's just about 8 o'clock. So if you look on that dial at the 8 o'clock indice, it lines up pretty much exactly with Colorado. So if you want to know, you can set the time anywhere in the world, but right now it's tracking where it is there in Australia, and so it turns anti-clockwise, I read. So that world time is live. Pretty awesome. You can see it's got a 24-hour clock right there. And it's got quite a few features here. If I hit this top button right there, you can see, well, you can't quite see it. It's showing the battery life. You saw that little dial turn. See, now it's on Wednesday at about 12 o'clock there. If I hit it, it'll show the battery life, which is almost a full. Can't quite see that. If I hit the bottom pusher, it'll tell me what time zone I'm set at. If you can see right there, it's DEN, Denver, Colorado. You can see that there, which is great. And then it goes back. I really, really love this bracelet. In fact, check that out. It's polished, but it's still blacked out. I think that is so amazing. And then a lot of these pro trekkers, you see around the bezel area, even though that doesn't rotate, it gives you one heck of a grip. Gives you something to hold on to, apparently. You can see that. It's kind of this like gunmetal with a beautiful dial at the top. Oh, I take it back. I apologize. It is rotatable. Why else would you have a grip like that? There's the dial again. Let's put it on my nearly 7-inch wrist. My left wrist is a little bigger than the right. And this is a 46 millimeter watch, and I think I'll go with my bigger wrist. And let's see how that looks. Oh, I think it looks real good, wouldn't you agree? I mean, this is just, it makes a statement. It's subtle, and I think that's a lot of what Citizen does. Subtle statements. Now, granted, there's a lot going on in this dial, but it's still a bit subdued. But there's just that little bit of like inside like a shell, sort of like abalone look in there. So there's always that touch of interest, even though it's more reserved. I really like too, I'm noticing at the top of the bracelet, the integrated bracelet where it meets the case, you see that sort of rounded off section right in there. I think that's a super nice touch. I think it integrates really well. I think I wouldn't go much more than, probably 6.5 to 6.25 inch wrist, unless you just want to rock it and you don't care about proportions, and that's fine too. But you can see it's inboard on the edges of my wrist, but it's close. It's close. So, what do you guys think? It retails, and it is for sale at TikTok Shop for $865. And I think for that, you are just getting a watch that can go anywhere, that can withstand anything, that can have multiple time zones, 24-hour clock, date display window, everything, and radio controlled. Thank you so much for spending some of your most precious commodity on me and my channel, which is time. Have a great rest of your day.